Hello, you're watching Tulipswift. If it's your first time coming here, my name's Abby. This is my channel. Every time I go back to school, which is where I'm at, I try to do, this is my third annual Q&A video. I'm gonna answer questions. I actually got a lot of questions this year, and sometimes I feel really self-conscious that nobody's gonna ask me anything. So that was really great that I got questions. Catherine says, favorite YA trope? Ooh, one I really like, and I can't think of another example of this, is just kind of like the girl who like doesn't fit in, like being put in like a whole different environment. And then what I'm thinking of is Mare Barrow, just like living in the palace, and it's just like, and then there's like all these cute boys or whatever, just like putting someone in a new environment, and then like their love interest is there, and it's just like, hello. What books did you love in your childhood that you still love today? Serious Unfortunate Events. I love Ali Finkel's Rules for Girls. I haven't read it since I was little, but it's by Meg Cabot, so I know I would still love it. I don't know. Begum wants to know, do you associate songs on Lover with YA couples? If so, can you give an example? Okay, so this question was so good that I decided to make an entire video based on this question. There's a few of them that I can do right off the bat. I think an obvious one, and if you know Haley, she is like a huge fan of Red, White, and Royal Blue. She swears by London Boy being like a canon song for that relationship in that book. And like, Sarah wants to know, favorite class you're taking? The class is called The 60s Revolution on Screen and in the Streets. So I've taken a film history class. This is just about the 1960s and the films that happened there. Favorite Disney film? That's hard. Okay, I'm not like a Disney hoe. I'm gonna have to say Toy Story. Or no, easy. High School Musical 3. High School Musical 3 is my favorite Disney film. Derek wants to know, how would you feel about a new Twilight film branching off from the main series about a black character? That sounds amazing. I was talking to Derek because we just watched all the Twilight films. Derek's my boyfriend. But Twilight is just something that's just like such a great world, and like had so many fans and stuff. Also, I feel like Twilight could have a great like mini series or something like about like another character. That would be so amazing. And I feel like it'd be so amazing if they like brought in like people of color, because like the films, especially the books, are just so white. It would be absolutely incredible. I think that'd be really cool. Daniel wants to know, what's been your favorite memory this year? I think one of my favorite memories was meeting Emma Books at BookCon. Because she was so nice and she knew who me and Maddie were. What's the busiest day this year you've had? I don't know. I'm not that busy. I just do like one or two things, and then I just like waste all my time somehow. What's something you did for the first time this year? Something I did for the absolute first time this year that was a really scary thing is I bought a plane ticket and flew to Orlando, Florida by myself, not knowing anyone going to BookNet Fest. I roomed with like 6 other booktubers that I kind of knew, but like I didn't know them like at all. I just had an incredible time. So it was my first time traveling alone. It was my first time going to a convention alone. It was absolutely incredible, and I loved BookNet Fest so much. Adeline wants to know, favorite and least favorite trope. I want to give a better favorite trope because I don't even understand what I said in the first question. Easy. Okay, my least favorite trope is when there's 2 female characters and they're like enemies, and it's usually the only other female character in the environment. Mare and Evangeline. I don't know their names from the selection, but there was definitely like a mean girl. Oh, my favorite trope. Okay, I'll give another one. I'll give a better one. This is so basic, but I never get tired of when like everybody underestimates usually the female protagonist, and then she's just like super badass, like either like academically or physically, or like Selena Sardothian, like she could literally kick your ass, and I just love that. Even though like whatever, I don't stand Throne of Glass. Like people are like, oh, like she's a girl, but then she will fight you. Okay. Oh, this is so hard. A Taylor Swift song that fits your favorite book. My favorite book is The Person Being a Wallflower. Ooh, okay. I don't know. I don't feel like you could put like a Taylor Swift song in that film or in the soundtrack. From the top of my head, I feel like you could use like Fearless. I don't know. You could use Fearless for maybe like Patrick or something. I don't know. And you could use, this is crazy, but what if it was like Cornelia Street for like Sam and Charlie? Like, is that wild? Maddie says, how do you feel about college 3 years in? Is it what you thought and hoped it would be? Any disappointments, anything amazing that happened? College 3 years in is kind of disappointing because if I'm a different person, I don't know. I don't feel like a lot smarter. I don't feel a lot more prepared for anything. People say like the more you learn, like the more you study, like the more you don't know. Like I think I read on Twitter or whatever that like people who get their PhD just come out of there like Yep, I just realized how much there is that I don't know. Anything amazing that happened? The kind of people there are that are so excited to learn and will work so hard on projects. Even in classes that like aren't related to your major, like people, there are always people that care so much and that will work really hard. You just have to find them. That's my 2 cents, alright. Professor Q says, what are some other YouTubers you watch besides BookTube? I like to watch Markiplier. I love Dan and Phil. They haven't been posting lately, but I love them so much and they're my whole life. I watch like Jenna Marbles, GB ASMR, Gwen Gwiz ASMR, Tenna ASMR. Okay, Lexi says, what's your favorite song and lover? It's Cruel Summer right now. What's your favorite hair color you've had? That's really hard. Usually like when I have my hair color, I don't really appreciate it as much until I look back at pictures and I'm like, oh my god, that's gorgeous. Okay, honestly, I'm gonna say like the dark green that I did because it just felt very me. Have you had any really good or really bad experiences with specific college classes or professors? Absolutely. I got my first B, which I know is like, I'm not trying to say it's like a really bad thing, like it's a B, like everything will be okay, but it was my first B and it was for a dance class. She was being very like passive aggressive to me just because like I asked a question and she would just say like, wow, that's a stupid question. Not like, okay, I have this one professor who it was like a introduction to like a storytelling class and we did a lot of kinds of like media. The teacher was like this kind of older lady that kind of like didn't know how to work a computer, and then my class would just come up with the weirdest freaking stories. Like I had the most creative people in this class and they kept writing the weirdest things and she was like so into them and she would just like totally understand, and like people would write about like really weird mythical creatures for their screenplay or just like things in outer space or just like drugs or like whatever, and she was like so into everything that we wrote, and it really like encouraged me to write like this weird YA film about like a fairy. I don't know, like I would have never written that in any other class, and she loved it and she like really got into it, and she was like, what does this character want, like what's their motivation, and just like what everyone in the class wrote, she was just like so into. Have you ever had any pets? I had fish back in the day, or my dad got us a fish tank because we won a goldfish at a carnival, but we like mixed it with like tropical fish, which the pet store told us not to do, but my dad was like, oh, we used to do this when I was a kid, like it doesn't matter the kind of fish, and then the goldfish immediately died, which is actually really sad. At one point we had 2 fish named Bubbles and Bananas, and I think that was like one of the only times that we named the fish because we would just get new ones all the time. Madeline says, favorite YA romance novel that takes place in the real world. Can I say The Princess Diaries? I think if you especially go to the later ones, like maybe Forever Princess and then Royal Wedding. Christina says, favorite memory of the year so far? What's been your favorite month so far? My favorite memory of the year. I don't know. I had a lot of fun with my dad over the summer. He's like my best friend. My favorite month? September's been really cool so far. September's been great to me. Allie says, how do you feel about Taylor taking Hey Kids Spelling is Fun out of the album version of Me? Hey Kids Spelling is Fun definitely made me cringe the first time I heard it. I have a reaction video and I definitely held back because I was like, at first I was like, ew, but like I thought everybody would stan it, so I didn't want to look bad, but then everybody hated it. In theory, I really like it and it would make me laugh and stuff, but every time I would listen to the song, it'd kind of like make it like really goofy. So I totally see where people are coming from, but it was such like a funny like inside joke kind of thing that I really enjoyed it anyway. I think it sucks that she took it out because now it just sounds really empty. Twitter's really annoying about it because before the album came out, everyone was like, oh my god, hot take, like it's so cringy, I don't like it, like nobody liked it. But then once she took it out, everybody was like, I stan Spelling is Fun. Like, I can't believe she took it out. Like, Team Spelling is Fun. From Taylor's point of view, it would be so frustrating to, like, change the song literally just because backlash. And now everybody's like, unpopular opinion, we shouldn't have taken out Spelling is Fun. It's hard. I really like it at the show when the crowd screams, hey kids, Spelling is Fun. And it's kind of like a 1, 2, 3, let's go, bitch. Like, you wouldn't put that in the song, but it's, like, fun in its own right. Q says, how far can you eat your least favorite book? Q, you asked me this before and I don't have a least favorite book with me, but I can't eat it that far. Maybe to like my roommate's bed that's like 10 feet away from me. I don't know. Ari says, are we friends, with no punctuation? This is like really mellow and sad. Yeah, I thought we were friends. Now I'm doubting it, I guess. Madeline says, favorite snack after a long day. Ooh, honestly, I'm not that picky. I'll eat anything, I just don't like preparing it or making it. I got in trouble because I'll be like, yeah, like cooking is so hard, and then people are like, Abby, like making a sandwich isn't cooking. but just preparing food in general and then like having to wash the dishes. Oh my god, chips and guacamole is so good. Oh, I do love like a McDonald's cheeseburger though. How did you find out what you were passionate for college? This is a great question. My perception of like what you were supposed to feel like going into college and what it was actually like, and kind of just like searching for this thing that I was supposed to be in love with and passionate for was really hard. Even now I'm kind of like, I don't know, am I gonna do this for the rest of my life? I really planned for a long time that I'm gonna go to school for film, I'm gonna go to school for film. I feel like I know, but there's also like, there's so many other things. Angela, hi! Favorite Taylor Swift song? Hello? I made a video about this, but I forgot what I put. I think it was Long Live. Favorite Taylor Swift album? I think Lover is my new favorite Taylor Swift album, but favorite Taylor Swift, oh, least favorite Taylor Swift song. I don't know, everything that I didn't like Girl at Home, like, everyone made a great case for it, and now it's just like a bop. I used to like Superman, and now I really don't like Superman. I don't know why. Least favorite Taylor Swift album? Stop it! I'm not trying to lose subscribers when I finally come back to YouTube. I think it has to be her debut. Her albums like best is like Lover, and then Reputation, and then 1989, etc. And I feel like that's what Taylor would say, because like her strongest, like she gets better every time, but I think her best album is Lover, and her worst album, which is incredible, which I love so much, is her debut. And I think they get better every time. That's what I'm gonna say, okay? Jay wants to know my favorite Dan and Phil video. Let me go look it up, I don't know. Okay, it might be the first Dan and Phil crafts, because that was just so funny and creative. Definitely Triple Chocolate Nests. Like, I remember when that Easter video came out, and it just makes me so happy. It's so good. You should watch it. Even if you don't watch Dan and Phil, go watch that. Favorite Jacksepticeye video? Okay, I don't watch enough Jacksepticeye to like know the OG stuff, but I love that video just called Laugh, and he's just like, laugh. My favorite Markiplier vid, definitely Who Killed Markiplier. A masterpiece. I love it so much. It is just absolutely incredible. My favorite Taylor Swift song. What else did I put in that video? Here, if you guys didn't watch my favorite Taylor's, I will just tell you the spoiler because apparently I don't want the views. Long Live Delicate, Dear John, Holy Ground, Call It What You Want, Jump Then Fall. But go watch that video. What year in college? What's your major? I'm a third year film student, film major, dance minor. Julia wants to know advice for people applying to college. I definitely didn't do everything that I was supposed to do applying for college, and I didn't start early. I waited till the last minute. I definitely was really stuck up about it. I felt like I was smart enough and I had good enough grades and that like it would all work out and I would get into any school that I wanted to go to, and I really trusted that like they would know that I deserved to be there and I didn't have to like convince them of that. That's how I felt, and I really just wanted to do my schoolwork, and I didn't want to try to prove myself to these universities. But like if there's somewhere you're really interested, you do have to like suck it up and like make yourself look really good on paper. Catherine says, what book series have you reread the most? Definitely the Twilight series. I've read The Mortal Instruments a few times, but Twilight is the thing that I would just like every night I wanted to read Twilight. Like any of the books, any part of the books. I just was obsessed with reading about like when they reunited in New Moon. There's just so much angst, just like certain parts that I would just always go to. What song on Lover do you relate to the most? Oh my god, The Man is like, Catherine says favorite SNL skit? Oh my god, okay, some really great ones that are just like so random. I just like kind of bizarre ones from the last season or so is Teacher on the Ground and the nephew pageant of the USA. Lights, camera, nephews. Oh, I love What's Wrong with This Picture. I love anything with Chad. I love the Romano tours when Adam Sandler was on the show. Reina says, if you could only watch 3 YouTubers for the rest of your life, who would they be? I was thinking about this before, and my question is, does Dan and Phil count as one? Jenna Marbles is probably the second one. The third one would be GB ASMR, just because I would have to watch ASMR if I could only watch 3 YouTubers for the rest of my life. Justina says, what made you want to start YouTube? I love this question. No, I think I was 15. I was definitely 15 when I started YouTube. I wanted to be a part of BookTube so much. I really wanted to be just like Christine Riccio. I wanted to review books and I wanted people to mail me books. I wanted to like have a ton of books behind me in a bookshelf. I also really just wanted attention. I wanted an audience. I was like craving that like young millennial dream, which is definitely not why I stayed on BookTube. So I really stayed on YouTube or BookTube for the community. So that's me being honest. Angel Rose says, if you could spend a day with Taylor Swift, what would you do? This is my first time reading this question. I would love to spend time like at her place if we were in like Rhode Island, like at the giant mansion. That'd be beautiful. Or like she'd show me around her like apartment or whatever. I would love to just like go to the studio with her and just like watch her like work. Oh my god, what would be so cool is like watching like an old Taylor Swift, like watching the Speak Now tour with her or something, and she would tell me like more behind the scenes or whatever. I don't know, I can't think. I would do anything with Taylor Swift. Dream set list of Taylor songs. I guess like the ones that I said, oh my god, We're Never Ever Getting Back Together, Should Have Said No, I Wish You Would, Gorgeous, Treacherous Hours, Holy Ground, Dear John, Long Live. Favorite parts of BookNet Fest. Oh my gosh, the prom was so fun. And I really just loved spending time with everybody. Trivia was awesome, and I just loved being outside, being by the pool. Elle says, how many Taylor Swift concerts have you been to? I've been to, I think, 5. What tour/era would you have wanted to attend that you didn't? I guess Fearless, because that's like the only one. Or I would love to go to Speak Now again. It's like a spectacular show. I feel like all the lucky people who went to Speak Now like can tell you that like it's amazing. But the perspective of like back then, like I thought I was such a fake fan because I hadn't seen Fearless. When the Fearless tour happened, I would have been 9 years old. But I felt like I was such a fake fan because I didn't like Taylor Swift until like the Speak Now era. Like it's just perspective. Like, favorite Lover songs? Okay, besides Cruel Summer, I Think He Knows and Daylight are my favorites. Favorite songs from every album? Elle, I swear to god, this video is already like an hour long. My favorites from Reputation are Delicate and Call It What You Want. From 1989, I Wish You Would and Shake It Off. From Red, Holy Ground and We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together. From Speak Now, maybe Sparks Fly and Dear John. From Fearless, Jump Then Fall and Fearless. Okay, from Debut, Should Have Said No and Mary's Song. Least favorite songs from every album. I do not want the backlash, so I will not be telling you my least favorite songs from every album. If you could only listen to one Taylor Swift song forever, what would it be? It would be Delicate. It would definitely be Delicate. Amber says, what Taylor Swift song do you wish you could experience for the first time all over again? Shake It Off. Which do you prefer acoustic? What was the one? She just sang Red acoustic and I loved it so much. What was your first Taylor Swift song? Like the first one that I heard? I don't remember hearing Tim McGraw or knowing Tim McGraw at all. I think it was Our Song. Alex says, what's your dream vacation? What is my dream vacation? I want to go to Australia. I just really don't want to go on a 20-hour plane ride. You know what I love? I love Toronto. I love Canada and I love Toronto and I would love to be there. What European city would you choose to study abroad? I don't know. I kind of want to do London just because of Again But Better. Coral says, what are you studying and where? I'm studying film and dance in Detroit. Why did you decide to start dyeing your hair? How did you choose a color? I decided to start dyeing my hair because I was watching The Mortal Instruments City of Bones and I feel like you can really tell that Lily Collins has dyed hair. I never imagined myself with different colored hair, except like maybe when I was little and I wanted to be a mermaid. Just the kind of realization that like Lily Collins dyed her hair red for this film. Like, what if I dyed my hair red? How do you choose the color? Yeah, it was just, there's not that many colors you can do without bleaching your hair that will really turn out. And I think red is a very popular one. And that's like, kind of like a gateway hair dye is just like box dye red. I did go to a salon the first time I dyed my hair red, but it just like washed out so fast. So it was really easy then, and I never really imagined I would do anything really bright because I thought, and I think a lot of people think like, oh, I'll never bleach my hair, like that's so bad for your hair, like I'll never bleach it. And of course it's true, and there's like positives and negatives, but like, I don't know, it's hair, it's not like your health or your well-being. Like, I don't think you're gonna get like sick from bleaching your hair, like it's just dead protein strands. The only challenge is now when it's long that it breaks. But if you have short hair and you're bleaching it, there's really not any risk, I would say. I think that's everything. I think I literally talked for like an hour and I am so sorry. Anyways, thank you so much for everyone who left a question or reply or absolutely anything. It means a lot to me. It's hard going back on YouTube because I feel all this pressure to like keep making videos and like build an audience, and like, I don't know, it's hard because if you don't get like any monetization back, there's not, and it's just using up so much of my time when I have so much schoolwork to do. Follow me on Twitter if you want to keep up with me. I'm gonna maybe post a video once a month or so this school year. I love you. I forgot my outro. Thank you so much for watching. I love you so much. Bye.